For me, one of the fun things about public art is that it can influence the way that you approach this otherwise everyday environment. Because it is a part of our everyday, we tend to forget that this is something that makes this place quite special. Everfowl Estate can be found in front of Block 1, Everton Park. It's 3 miniature buildings resembling some of the iconic architecture in the area, scaled down for the junglefowl population that also resides here. It's also not very common to find that many families on junglefowl within a residential area. And people in the area have some sort of connection to the junglefowl that live here. Just being in this intersection alone, you just do a 360 spin and you'll see the housings, buildings of every sort of decade, and I think that's quite special of the area. The first part of Everfowl Estate is a little shop house inspired by some of the shop houses that we have in the area. They were quite bold with their color choices back then and even still today. And they also had a penchant for these sort of decorative features of these buildings. The next building that we have is the HDB, and it also resembles the HDB that we have here at Everton Park. As you can see, I've taken a lot of inspiration from the architectural features that this building has. And this building is one of the oldest HDB estates still remaining. Within the building itself, you can see the arches that create this shelter for the birds as well, that are inspired by the ones here, which is quite a unique feature of the architecture in the area. The artwork takes its color scheme from the building. If you look around, there's these swatches of baby blues, warm lilac, and pretty dirty yellow. Just like the building it's inspired by, it's also facing a bit of tarnish and dirt over the weathering. The third building that we have is a little condo that I built for the junglefowl. Funnily enough, this wasn't based on an existing building at the time. When I was looking through the area, I had spotted these signs that said Sky Everton was under construction. It was an upcoming condo in the area. So based on what little information I had, I've designed this building. With every artwork, I always start out with a floor plan, a mock-up of a design for the work. It helps me visualize structurally also how something might work in context with the environment that it's in. The shop house is built using concrete slabs, glass, and we use vinyl to sort of mimic the traditional tiles that I found in some of the shop houses within the area. It's a nod to the heritage of the area. For the most part, the HDB sculpture is built with concrete as well. The condominium is a little different from the other two. We use a lot more modern materials. With condominiums, you always get a little touch of luxury, which is why I chose a nice marble slab to go right in front of it to mimic a walk-in apartment feel within each level with floor-to-ceiling windows for the more affluent bird. When I was researching the connections between the junglefowl and this specific area, I was also quite interested to find out how people receive them. I see young children and families interacting with them. But at the same time, I go online and find that some residents have major issues with how loud they are, or whether or not these birds are hygienic. So there's definitely this tension between the human and the animal. While the artwork was installed before it was launched, it already garnered quite a lot of online attention. A lot of them like it and some don't, and that's okay. For me, the intention of the artwork is always to shake up the everyday environment that they're here in and non-invasive ways. My biggest takeaway from this is that actually Singaporeans really care about nature and animals, that beyond our everyday, we are very much connected to our environment. For me, it's quite heartwarming.